What is going on, family? It's your Carolina cousin Big M here, back at you with another review, and this time it is my first year in review. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of the views, all of the likes, all of the comments. Thank you so much for making this year a success. And you guys know how I do. Without further ado, we get right into the shoes. I struck out on the Jordan 11 Gamma Blue. So I did pick up some shoes from Marshall that I got a really good deal on. So I was going to let you know about those. I ended up getting two pair of the Adidas Select 2.0 teams. Size 13, as always. You have the Core Black Adidas Select 2.0. Check out the traction on that. And then you also have it in the Glory Gray colorway. This one is actually a size 14. I didn't know how they would actually fit me. These were a little bit snug in store, but they seem like really good workout shoes, which is the reason why I picked them up. You know, not everything needs to be something that you throw on foot to do an outfit with. And I want to show you guys why I picked these up. Found these at Marshall's for $19.99. If you've been watching all year, then you know that along with the Adidas Select 2.0 Adi Zeros, I have also been collecting other Adidas throughout the year. We had the Pharrell NMD Human Race sneakers. We had a pair of the Trae Young 2 signature sneaker. We also had a pair of the Top 10s from Adidas, which is basically the shoe that Kobe wore before he got his signature shoe, and that would be the Adidas Crazy 8. Of course, they're not calling it the Crazy 8 anymore. Well, they're not calling it the Kobe anymore. They're calling it the Crazy 8. Yeah, those are my Adidas pickups for the year. Besides Adidas, I've also picked up on some Nikes that, you know, not everybody will pick up in store. Like the Giannis Immortality, to be able to go to the gym and wear. I've picked up two pairs of Field Generals in the black and white and the gray and white. I've also picked up Nike Airships, which was the shoe that Jordan actually wore before he got the Jordan 1. And this is actually the shoe that was banned in the black and red colorway. And one of my favorite Nikes of all time, the Nike Air More Up-Tempo. This is one of my favorite Nike silhouettes of all time. I do prefer the black and white silhouette, but you can't go wrong with the Olympic version with the number 8 on the back for Scottie Pippen's Olympic number. And even though I have my own bias and favorite silhouettes of Jordans, that didn't stop me from getting a little bit of everything. Like the Jordan 1 lows with the Obsidian Blues, the University Reds, and the Baron Low ones. I also didn't discriminate when it came to Jordan 1 highs, like getting the Zoom Comforts, or the Marina Blues, or the Heirlooms. Some people don't, but I like my pair of the Royal Reimagines. I like my pair of the Black Toe Reimagines, and I also like the sleeper Jordan 1 of the year, the Shattered Backboards. I even picked up a pair of Jordan 2 Italy's, or aka the Origins, for a nice discount. I picked up the Ama Maniere While You Were Sleeping 3s at a good discount. And I picked up the Black Cat 3s on release day. And you guys already know that I'm fond of 4s, like the While You Were Sleeping 4s. The Cave Stone 4s. Let's go with a classic like the White Cement 4s. Or the sleeper, the Rare Air 4s. We also had a banger in the Undefeated 4s, and the newest to the bunch, the Black Cat 4s. Jordan didn't even drop 7s this year, but I still picked up a pair of the Flint Grays. I also picked up a pair of the Cool Gray 9s in Jordan's first release of his PE Bread Low 11s. If you've been watching the channel, then you know how much I love the Flu Game 12s. But were you sticking around this year when I picked up the Taxi 12s or the French Blue 12s? And to round the year out, one of my favorite pickups of the year, I hope I'm not giving too much away, was the Ferrari Red 14s. So when it comes to my sneaker of the year, will it be a 12 or a 14? Will it be a 11, a 9, or a 3? Will it be a Jordan 1? Or will I pick from the multitude of the Jordan 4s? Out of the 15 pairs of Jordans that I got this year, there are 5 that didn't make the top 10, of course. That's how math works. The first being the Jordan 1 Low Obsidians. I didn't go for these on release day, and I actually got these from the outlet for about $90. So that's why I picked these up. The Black Toe Reimagines. Some might say that they're number 1 this year. I'm not sure who would say it, but these don't crack my top 10. For one, the materials aren't that good on these, and I didn't get them on release day. I actually got these for below retail. The Jordan 11 Low PEs, the first time that they have ever been released, just didn't crack the top 10. I actually enjoy the shoe. I've worn this shoe probably about 3 times this year. Very comfortable on foot, and it just didn't make the top 10. Another one that I'm sorry that it didn't make the top 10 was a shoe that actually sat this year, but I picked them up on release day, and that is the French Blue Jordan 12s. Absolute banger in my opinion, just didn't make my top 10. And last but not least of the honorable mentions is the cool gray Jordan 9. And I'm talking about, I absolutely wanted this shoe this year. Like, no slight to this shoe, an amazing shoe, but it just didn't crack my top 10. Do you guys want to do a little drum roll or something for the shoes that did make the top 10? The first shoe to crack my top 10 this year was the Cavestone 4s, sitting at 10. Beautiful shoe. Love the color blocking on this one. Nike tab on the back, Nike on the bottom of the shoe. Absolutely love this one, and it was ranked a lot higher before the year got going, so it did crack my top 10 at the end of the year. The other was another sitter. Really didn't expect this. This shoe was so hyped up going into the year. I literally had it about in this range as far as my pickups for the year, but it was the Shattered Backboard Jordan 1. I actually got a pair with really good leather. The materials on this was amazing, unlike the Black Toe Jordan ones. Absolutely amazing detail on this shoe. This one was also a lot higher. I want to say that I had this one as like my number 4 shoe of the year going into the year, but when they didn't drop at I want to say they were supposed to drop for All-Star Weekend. When they didn't, they went down a lot in everyone's book, and these ended up sitting as well. And that is the Rare Air 4s. An amazing shoe. I love the quality of the materials on the shoe, and I love the color blocking. Like, you could literally wear this with just about anything in that red, black, blue, white, everything. And another Jordan 12, even though it's one of my most comfortable silhouettes to wear, I would say number 6 is the Taxi 12. Hey, this might be someone's grail shoe. It wasn't mine, and it didn't crack the top 10. So number 6 for me is the Jordan 12 Taxi. Just outside of the top 5, and originally I did have this one at number 5 to begin the year. This was my first pickup of the year. The Jordan 3 Black Cats. All the hype went to the Jordan 4 Black Cats. I actually wore these today out to the movies. Hopefully they're not too scuffed up and everything. But I actually literally just took these off feet. So that is my number 6 pair of the year. Not only do these last 5, the top 5, deserve a drum roll, they deserve the dance hall horn, the light is up, all of that, you know what I mean? This number 5 shoe can be number 1 on anybody's list. It is a classic, and it is none other than the Jordan 4 White Cement. Going into this year, I'm just glad to have my hands on a pair. They are beautiful all around. Somehow these also sat this year, but beautiful shoe. I'm definitely gonna throw these on foot probably next spring. You know, I don't like putting things on the ground as soon as they come out. Give it a little bit of time to breathe while I wear other pairs from, you know, a little bit further back. But number 5 on my list, the Jordan 4 White Cement. Number 4 on my list, I was really happy to get my hands on this pair. I wouldn't say that I had it in the top as far as my things to pick up at the beginning of the year. I actually want to say this was like number 11, but as the year went on, these just absolutely started to grow on me. And it is the Jordan 14 Ferraris. Beautiful shoe. Not exactly the same way that the original version was, but I really fell in love with the shoe. I haven't put it on foot yet, but that is coming in time. The Jordan 14 Ferrari. Number 3. This is some people's holy grail for the last 20 years. So you should already know what this is. And I'm so glad to have it in my collection. That is the Jordan 4 Undefeated. Had to put the orange laces in them to match that not the hang tag, but the removable patch. This was Jordan's first collab, the Jordan 4's first collab, and I am glad to have my hands on a piece of history. I was able to hit on the EQL raffle, and this is my number 3 sneaker of the year. Number 2 for me, literally just came out. It's not a, Bugs Bunny or a Gamma. I didn't go after the Bugs Bunnies, and I didn't hit on the Gammas. But before that, the shoe that held down Black Friday, the Black Cat Jordan 4s. These just came out in 2020, but they didn't have the Nike Air on the back, and I am glad to have a pair in hand finally. This was my go-to for the year. This was number 2 on my list that I was going for all year long. I'm glad that I was able to get my hands on a pair. Had a shot at 2 pair, but I didn't want to be greedy. I do wear a size 13, so hopefully somebody up in VA was able to get it from that Hibbett Sport, since I didn't go pick up my pair. But number 2 on my list for the year. If you have been watching my channel this year, then you should already know what my number 1 shoe is, what my grail shoe is, and I am glad that I was able to get my hands on a pair. I don't know how I would have reacted if I wouldn't have been able to get my hands on the pair that I wanted since I was like 12 years old. And that is the Flu Gang 12. It is my Jordan Grail sneaker, and I am so glad that they brought it back out. I was able to hit on a pair on the Hibbett raffle. I was able to hit on a pair on the Dick's Sporting Goods raffle, and before I hit on those, I had to secure a pair, so I went up to my local Athlete's Foot and put in a reservation where you had to buy a $40 Jordan or Nike brand t-shirt just to be able to get the chance to reserve a pair. So I did have access to 3 pairs, and if you have been watching the channel, then you know that this is the shoe that started my channel, and I went and picked up all 3 pairs. So we have pair 1, pair 2, and pair 3. This is my worn pair. This is the one with the creases across it. I've worn this probably about 10 times since they came out, but all 3 pairs, that's my sneaker of the year. I had to get 3 pairs of them. No other shoe this year have I even doubled up on, except for if I was getting a pair for the wife. I want to say that we both have a pair of the Jordan 4 white cements. We both have a pair of the Jordan 4 black cats. I want to say we both have a pair of the Air More Up Tempos, the Olympic version, and we have Baron Lows, but those came out in 2024. We picked them up this year, but those came out in 2024. And there's a few other ones like the Zoom Comforts. We have together the Green Glows, Jordan 9 Olives that came out last year, but as far as my number one of the year, it's the Jordan 12 Flu Game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've had an amazing year doing content for you guys. Hopefully you are still going to be watching in 2026, where I plan on picking up at least what I picked up this year, maybe minus a few pair. The lineup for next year isn't stacking up to what it has been this year, so give or take a pair or two, but I plan on doing a lot of reviews next year as well. As always, peace and positivity.